Zoe Canella reporting for Kids First, and today I'm with Tipper Seifert-Cleveland. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Wow, you look so different without the wig on.
Yeah, I do.
Cruella the film is a very audacious and bold take on the classic Disney story, and you give life to Estella at just 12 years old, and it's very popular in the story. So, what do you think defines Estella's personality at her age of 12?
Oh, I think she's very bold and confident and very creative, and she doesn't really care what anyone thinks about her.
For sure. And this is an origin story, and Cruella is a fascinating villain. And I think it's really important to know like where she comes from, and how do you think this is going to impact audiences?
I think everyone's gonna see the real her and why she is Cruella and why she's a scary, evil woman, And I feel like they're gonna find out, they're gonna learn about her backstory.
Yeah, of course, I totally agree. And I was very touched by Stella's early childhood because as a middle schooler, I know bullying is a huge deal nowadays, and it affects people on so many different levels, considering some are more vulnerable. So, how do you think Stella really just protects herself?
Um, Again, she doesn't care what anyone thinks, and she's like, I am who I am, and you can't tell me otherwise. Yeah, she just doesn't listen to them, and she fights back.
Yes, and I love that she also builds a family with the people surrounding her as well. Also, I'm curious to know, did you ever work with Emma Stone so you guys could have some of the same mannerisms at all?
I saw her a few times on set. Um, yeah, I saw her a few times, and we didn't really talk about the character or the work. We just, had a nice chat. Yeah, she's a really nice girl.
It's awesome. I love Emma Stone, and I've always loved her, so I just was curious. And you play a very no, not you a very intense, I guess, position in this film. So, what do you think for you was most challenging, portraying the physical, I guess, part of the role, or the more emotional pain that she had to go through?
I think it was I the emotional pain was harder to play because I had already begun being this, yeah, I'm Cruella, no one can hurt me. I'm Estella, no one can hurt me. And then and then something bad happens, and she gets sad, and that was harder to play.
Yeah, I'm trying not to say any spoilers, but that
Yeah,
part
no.
was. And the film is visually so impressive, and it makes me want to visit London even more than I already wanted to go. So, how was it dressing in the era's fashion and being in these locations?
The sets were amazing. There was so much work put into them, and they were so extravagant and bold. It was really, really amazing working in them. And you would be in the set, and then like you just be walking on the street, and then you go in here and you'd be like, what? And it'll be completely different. Yeah.
Yeah, are you from any like part in London that was close to where you were filming, or is this like
Yeah.
totally unused? Oh, okay.
Yes, I was. I lived when I was, well, at 5 I've moved to Cornwall, but before that I lived just right by in Queen's Park, actually. Yeah. Great.
Well, that's awesome. And the soundtrack I think is amazing. I love all this song choices. So do you have a favorite song?
I loved all of them. All of them I have always been growing up listening to. My parents are musicians, so a lot of that's their taste in music. So I loved all of them really. I have no favorite.
Yeah, me too. I think the soundtrack choices were very well fitted, I guess, with the
Yeah.
storyline. Um, Cruella is definitely a visual banquet, and this movie, I think you could fully enjoy it on the big screen, which I was really hoping I could. Sadly, because COVID, I couldn't. But what do you love the most about, I guess, being an actress and working on this type of project?
Oh, I think being Cruella was quite amazing. Growing up watching it and then playing her was really cool, and she's so cool and so amazing and bold. I loved playing her. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved your performance. You did such an astonishing job as well. And I want to see the film again. It was really good.
Thank you so much.
Of course. So, what was, I guess, your favorite or memory or something fun that happened on set?
My favorite memory was sharing a cake with Emma Thompson. That was quite cool. And also I loved the swing scene when I'm flying in the air. That was really amazing because I actually did it and I was harnessed in. That was my favorite scene to film.
That's so cool. How was it like? I guess you kind of had some mini stunts in there when you had some like jumping. I guess I don't want to spoil anything. Like you had to do a couple things. So how was it filming all of that?
It was really cool. I did some training beforehand, and I did a lot. I did a few of my own stunts. That was quite cool. That was really cool to film, like being in wires and stuff. I did a lot of stuff like that. That was really fun. It's really fun when you're just jumping onto Max.
Yeah, of course. I thought it was really cool seeing that, and also I am a huge dog lover, and I just want to know how was it working with the dogs on set? That
It was yeah, it was really amazing. I got to keep one of the buddies I actually have now. So that he's a big part of my life, and I think he's somewhere in the living room. But he was really fun. It was so amazing. I loved working with dogs. Which is an excuse to cuddle puppies, really.
Yeah, the love between a human and animal is insane. And the little Chihuahua too. I think his name was Wink.
Yes, Wink. Yeah, that was really so cute. The eye patch.
Yes, that was adorable. So how was it? I guess building a family, or how did your character kind of feel? Considering the circumstances, and then having to go from having so much to having, you know, not a lot.
Yeah. Uh, that was quite it's interesting to film. The differences from the big, quite getting it all and having quite a nice life, and then having it narrowed down. That was quite cool. That was interesting to film. That was hard.
Yeah, of course. And also, how do you kind of relate to Estella, or I guess because you kind of played Estella and Cruella. I guess in points you were a little bit more rebellious than others, kind of like Cruella. So can you relate at all to either of the characters?
I can. I do quite a lot of sewing on my sewing machine as well, and I quite like making clothes. And that was so cool getting the part and being this girl who also sews. It's quite easy to film that bit. That was That's I think I can relate to that bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's so cool that you could relate to your character in that kind of way. I always wanted to know how to sew, so that's really. Do you want to guys tell everyone to see Cruella on May 28th?
Yes, come and watch this. Come and watch Cruella on May 28th, please.
Yeah, you won't regret it.
No, you won't. You will not.
Thank you so much, Tipper, for talking with me. I had such a pleasure talking to you, and once again, the movie was beautiful.
Thank you.
Don't worry, there's lots more bad things coming. Perhaps